Yeah,
Hey,
this is
Manny.
the thumbnail.
How you doing today? This is the
I'm great.
thumbnail. Where the women?
Hmm?
Where the white women, Manny? Where the white women?
One,
You know I
one,
can't do the show unless I see a white woman before the show.
one. I
Jesus.
wasn't one.
Don't
No
tell
one
Sol
really
Roca I'm
provided.
like this.
How dare you? Welcome everyone to the Untitled Manny and Marcus show, the hottest show on YouTube. So
Yes.
we're on
Woo!
fire.
And I'm glad we're on fire because we're getting used to the flames of hell because that's where we are going, as Manny discussed in our meeting. The flames of hell has found you.
Yeah, so we're on fire at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm Lord Manny Hayes. He is.
You went into deep thought. You forgot the intro of what do I say next?
Because we carried on talking like we're going to hell, so I didn't know where to go from there.
Oh, so you want? Wait, you trying to disguise who you are now? You gonna do the show in incognito mode for the devil, so you don't go to hell, Manny? Ooh wee! I will go to hell alone. I am Marcus the Grand Finale. Not actually my real name, but
neither is that. Lord Manny Hayes isn't a real character. He's
no. I just realized we both use fake names, so we're gonna slip right through the devil's cracks. We're gonna slip. He's like, I've been expecting them for years. Where are they? Ah, shit! That's not their real name. They've been faking it for years. Bastards! I'll catch you one day.
Me and Marcus have made a decision in the pre-show meeting. We will no longer be talking about Vince McMahon news until his case is settled, because it's just people talking shit about Vince, saying shit. I don't give a damn what Coco Beware thinks of Vince McMahon. You know, I just don't care.
He was so Frank. He called Frankie the N-word one time. We were walking to the ring like this. You know what? You know, Goku, I would have called you the N-word if you were walking to the ring.
To be fair, if Coco Beware said Vince McMahon called me the N-word or my bird the N-word, Frankie the bird the N-word, I click on that link.
I click on that link. I'm sorry. Coco deserves a podcast now. And I can't wait for his tell-all book. But we 100% have had enough, and it's not because we're shielding the truth from people. No, we're not. You can get the truth from anywhere. This is the internet. You're going to get splashed in your algorithm anyway. It's just that there's no development in it. I don't give a fuck what Ronda Rousey thinks about Vince McMahon. I really don't.
Yeah, I generally don't care.
Like, he's a piece of shit. Oh, John Laurinaitis, a piece of shit. We knew this. We all knew this. And everybody acted like
Vince McMahon didn't already say in the initial long video we did when the news broke. Like, nothing else has really come out that has changed other than more people being named in a lawsuit and stuff. That's it. I don't care. I don't care till a outcome happens.
Manny,
I don't care.
And let's all not pretend like we didn't know how shitty Vince McMahon was as a human being. Yeah. There's been multiple examples of him being a shitty human being. Coming out and saying, oh, he's shitty right now is edgy? No, it's just trending, and it's not really worth the time. Until something new happens. A development in his case, I am not talking about it. It's the same thing would happen if Tony Khan would have got involved, Ted Turner, I don't know, or whatever. Yeah. No reason to talk about it. But if you're free to talk shit about Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, I don't necessarily want to focus on the negative when wrestling is at its hottest since like the what's the era? The Ruthless Aggression era.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go say Attitude Era, man. You remember that era? You remember that?
Thing is, I don't remember much from the Ruthless Aggression era outside of a few tidbits here and there. Whereas, like, when we were going through retro, I remembered it all.
Yeah. That stuff burns in your head. We were children. It's all in your head. Yeah. I have dedicated my life to knowing everything that happened in the Attitude Era. I just know everything. All the details, any wrestler. And then even the ones I don't remember too well or segments, I go, oh, I remember this. It's out of nowhere.
The current set we're in right now, where we're deep into the bloodline era. I think that's what we have to call it, the bloodline era of wrestling.
Yes.
It's at its best. You had Cody come back. You've had all this stuff. Cody. It's interesting how people thought Cody was done after WrestleMania 39. Like he was finished. Nothing was gonna happen. He's never been hotter.
You know what, Manny? I have a hot take about this.
Yeah,
Cody Rhodes is hot right now, and he's been hot. I know. Before we even get to the main show, this is about Raw and SmackDown. I don't know how we got to this tangent, but whatever. Do you think Cody Rhodes is as over as you think he is, or do you think people just want to see Roman's title reign in?
I think it's
like if this was anybody that you believe had a realistic chance that should be Cody. Let's say if it was Sammy, and you said, Sami Zayn, you go out there and you do exactly the same shit Cody Rhodes did, I think he would have the exact same following no matter what. And it's not about finishing the story. It's about anybody wants to see someone take that title off Roman.
I generally don't think so. If you put Sami in that same spot, I don't think so, because Cody brings you in because of weird emotion that he can draw out of people. And the thing is, he wouldn't have been. I don't think he would have been as hot if he didn't come at The Rock as hard as he did on Monday. If he came at The Rock like in a feeble attempt, it'd be you go. Do you know what? Cody has fizzled a bit, but I feel Cody is at his hottest at this moment in time.
But I'm under the belief, Manny, and and this is based off of SmackDown last week and maybe SmackDown this week. We'll see. And again, we will get to AEW and NXT in a second. This is probably a discussion better for Saturday. Yeah. But fuck it, we'll do it here. If The Rock never came out and tried to quote unquote take Cody's spot, people only didn't want that spot taken because they knew The Rock wouldn't beat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. That's what my belief is.
Yeah, but this
and
is
that
what
the
makes
reign
it cool
will
again.
continue.
But that's what made it cool again, because technically, as it stands, because he's a member of the board, he is technically their boss.
Yes, the final boss.
What was the hottest thing in 98 and 99? Vince McMahon versus Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah.
It was the people going against their boss. Cody going against the juggernaut of the longest WWE championship reign in history, modern day history, Roman Reigns. But then he's also got his boss on top of that.
Yes. Take me to you. Show me your boss.
So it adds to the story of, you know what, he needs to get him, because fuck bosses.
He needs to get him. He needs to get him.
Yeah.
But I believe there's more people out there. As you saw, the people were cheering The Rock in Memphis and everything. They're going to cheer The Rock on Raw and everything. No matter what, he's The Rock.
He's The Rock.
I think that no one wanted to boo The Rock. They just wanted to see that they were booing that Roman's title reign was going to continue to go. And I think this year we're finally going to end it. The Bloodline era is going to end. And I think that's where we're really at. Although I believe Cody's doing a great job. This is not attacking Cody. I think everybody's doing great. I'm enjoying the whole ride, the story we're on. But I'm saying, if it was Chad Gable in this role, maybe not as charismatic, maybe not crying on the microphone, maybe not as good, maybe doesn't have a better backstory, or maybe he replaced his daughter with Dusty Rhodes instead of bringing the belt to his mama, he brings it to his daughter. I think people would still be invested just to see Roman lose the title. It's more like the Floyd Mayweather versus the world, when everybody wants to see him get knocked out. They don't honestly care if he wins.
So Kenny Omega's been talking on his Twitch, and he made this comment about John Cena being the guy, the best face of a company you could ever have, with all the Make-A-Wishes he's done and all the work outside for fans and stuff like that. When I look at Cody, and when you see the things that happen when the cameras go off, what he does after the show is like that. I don't know how many Make-A-Wishes he does and whatnot, but him making time to go round, making time to go round all the front row to get all those people that paid loads of money to be there, have photos with him and stuff like that. That's what a face of a company does. I think I think
That's why
I
Roman
think
felt.
it'd be wrong to keep the title away from him this time. But if they do it,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna have a problem with it.
I will have a problem. I'm gonna go insane. I'm like, this is a complete wrong decision. Cody is doing everything. Remember that promo with John Cena cut to the Rock? Again, this is just Logan on show. And he's like, I'm only here because you can't do your job and take my spot, basically. And I feel like that spot has been vacant until Cody came back to WWE and kind of filled that spot that John Cena has, top babyface. Because WWE had a lot of unlikable people on top.
Yeah. Should we get into the show?
Let's get to some Dynamite, where I can rant a little bit about the beginning of the show.
First of all, Marcus, before we even get into what happened in that running order, I want to give AEW a strike. How dare they try and put Rampage on directly after Dynamite and make me watch an extra hour of nonsense?
Well, I would give them a strike for a different reason. I think they made a horrible mistake calling that extra hour Rampage. I would just call it an extra hour of Dynamite. I think people would have stayed on to watch 3 hours of AEW Dynamite. Yes, there's sprinkled shit of Rampage stuff in there, but if you mix the card up and maybe added some different people and treated it like a 3-hour Monday Night Raw or AEW Dynamite, I think more people would have stayed on. Instead, they did what I did. Oh, Edge is champion. Doop. I'm finishing my day. My day is beginning. I'm turning to Jeopardy. I don't know what's coming on this time, but
Marcus,
I went to the Clipper game. I watched the Clipper game on TV.
Yeah, this is what happened when I found out I had to watch Rampage today.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
I'm going to say there were several times last night where I felt that man was appropriate for everything. Ew, brother. Right? There's multiple things. So let's start it. Mercedes come out and she's doing her CEO, money.
Can I also just say, Mercedes Moné is not Roman Reigns, is not The Rock. Get your ass to the ring promptly. You should not be doing your stupid dance that takes about 4 minutes for you to get to the ring. How dare you?
Let her rub her goosebumps and shake her ass. This is the Cupid time. We ain't got time for that. My issue with this segment is that it was the exact same segment as last week, and they threw in a video package that probably should have aired last week. I don't understand what was her point. I remember when CM Punk debuted and we were like, he had nothing really to say because he wasn't angry and people were upset that it was Happy Punk. Yeah. I feel this is 10 times worse than Happy Punk. Punk came out there and at least said stuff. She says nothing for 2 weeks. And she's talking about herself, and she's trying to establish her character as the CEO, but it's not really a character. It's more of an idea of a character that hasn't really fully developed because there's nothing she's the CEO of. She's not talking about anything. She's brought up Willow Nightingale twice about some injury in another promotion. Start fresh with this promotion and tell me you're going for either the AEW Women's title or the TBS title, or you're going to take down the entire roster and give me a mission statement or a point or opponent that you're going after.
Well, to add to your point, Marcus, history has proven
a lot of pointing. I can't believe I was doing that. I don't know why I was talking like that. I'm sorry.
Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné, has proven for many, many years she cannot be a face. She just cannot. It's not believable. No. It's not believable. And I'm happy to be here, Mercedes Moné. I ain't buying it.
Yeah, it don't work. She's a horrible face. She's a natural heel. This is like watching the big dog Roman Reigns come out there. Someone is being miscast right here. Then he's the tribal chief. That's who he should have always been. That asshole.
Yeah. So she says she isn't in AEW to lead a women's evolution. She's there to lead a women's global revolution to face the best women in AEW and all over the globe. She says to Julia Hart and Sky Blue for getting involved in her business that there is a price to pay when you mess with Mercedes Moné. The lights go out, And both Julia Hart and Sky Blue try to attack, and their plan fails. So they go outside to pick up chairs, and Julia Hart holding that chair never looked convincing at one point.
Strategy.
No. Julia Hart looked like anybody's niece holding up a chair that's way too big for them and looking like, oh, look at them, they're so cute holding that chair.
Yeah, they're trying to put up a little tantrum. They're trying to put a tantrum on.
Yeah,
little kid, little shit trying to put a little tantrum on, and then they think they all of a sudden think they can take you out with one of their little plastic chairs. I've been attacked by those chairs, my kids, and it's not fun and it's stupid. You have no chance. I don't know why it looked like a threatening punch, but it wasn't.
And then Willow and Chris Statlander run out with their own chairs. Willow looked like she was going to hit Mercedes with a chair. Backstage, Chris thanks Mercedes for having Willow's back last week. She says that the CEO does. That's what a CEO does, stands up for what she believes in. She also thanks Chris for having her back. But then Willow, she tells Willow, you've done enough, and then walks off.
Yeah, you've done enough. No, Mercedes, you injured your own ankle by jumping off the apron. I was there. Melo did nothing. Okay? This is a Nia Jax situation here. Get out of here. Get out of here. You're going to hit me with that chair? I didn't like any of the segment.
Well, do you know what the other thing about this was? Mercedes Moné was fumbling over her words as much as I thought it was Eric speaking at this point.
Well, you know what? Eric would be more coherent. Man, explain to me what a global revolution is. This is the only place where I'm going to start this. Shut up. TNA, WWE, New Japan, MLW, House of Glory, they're all AAA, CMLL, they're all a part of the globe, baby. Everybody's being global and international. What are you talking about?
I also need to point out the people that were hyping up MLW the other week on their show when it was on YouTube. You need to stop. Stop pretending like you like MLW. I don't even watch it. I don't need to go out there and to be like, ooh, I'm a big MLW fan. Fuck off.
Maybe they like MLW. Maybe they do like MLW. MLW is not bad. It's not bad. It's just not big.
But they're pretending to like it. They didn't like it. They don't watch this all the time. I know who I'm pointing at you. You know who you are.
Anyway, moving on. Manny call out people's love. It's like a relationship. You don't love her. On your socials, you don't love her. You know you don't. Stop pretending like you love her.
Okada takes on Eddie Kingston for the Continental title. I mean, it was an all right match. We got a new champion. Okada hits the Rainmaker for the win. And then Pac decides to come out and pace on the top of the ramp. Fucking idiot.
I felt that one. Agreed. But good old-fashioned belt dumping here. And at this point, now that Okada has the 20th belt created in AEW, the Continental title, Eddie Kingston can go off with his other two titles and just live his life. I'm assuming he's going to lose to Mark Briscoe, and I guess the New Japan title will still be around. I thought they were all done. To be honest. I thought if you win one, you get them all.
I don't know what's going on with that New Japan title. Marcus, I closed my eyes for a second, and I thought Eddie Kingston was Tommy Dreamer.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? And clarify for the audience. I know it's a bad thing, but clarify for
it's
the audience.
100% a bad thing. It's 100% a bad thing. If I had more percentages to give.
Oh man. Oh. You know, Okada talked this week. I think the Continental rules are stupid because, again,
I don't even know what the Continental rules are.
You can bar people from ringside, which means why don't you just do that for every title match? Why the main event with Christian, there's everybody involved instead of just saying, everybody's barred from ringside.
Yeah. Swerve says Joe tried to humiliate him by choking him out 2 weeks ago. Unfortunately for him, he has a history of choking people with chains. And he has a plan for an open challenge tonight. He goes against the Butcher.
He was in the best shape of his
still employed.
life. I thought he was gone, but he's in the best shape of his life. I guess it's hindered his
Swerve makes
career
easy work of the Butcher and wins by
Yeah.
submission.
It tells me never to get in shape. It ain't gonna change me in fighting. Still get washed real quick.
He then gets on the mic and says he grew to dislike Samoa Joe. He dreams of hanging Samoa Joe, but he can't because of his big ass neck. He doesn't have enough chain to do that. Samoa Joe believes he should ignore him because he's defeated him and he should be at the bottom of the ladder. The problem with Swerve is he still believes the impossible is impossible. That he stands there. If he stands toe to toe with him, he can box with a god, which I believe CM Punk once said. But he is going to give him what he wants. But then Don Callis comes out and says Takeshita needs to teach Swerve a lesson, blah, blah, blah. Swerve accepts, and when he's done, he's coming for Joe.
Yeah, I'm going to say this, and I'm with all respect. I don't want Swerve to be a face. I don't care about him being his face run. I miss heel Swerve already. I miss invading houses and shit and stuff.
You didn't even like when he invaded the house.
I did because it's ridiculous. But he was still a heel. He was cooler or something. I don't know what it was. But heel Swerve was better. This Fight For Was Right open challenge guy I don't like.
Hook took on Chris Jericho. I found that this match was all right. However, Jericho was in that choke for a very long time. He should have passed out at least instead of getting the fluke roll-up win that Hook got.
I hate this match, Manny. I hate it. I think Jericho's washed, and I don't ever want to see him on my TV.
You need to explain to the audience why you hate this match.
I'm going to tell you one moment in this match, and you're going to agree with me. And I think the world's going to agree with me because I don't understand how people just let this slide in 2024. Manny, where did the choke take place?
On the top rope.
On the top rope, right? Jericho immediately hooking on his back. Jericho's holding the rope while this choke is going on. Excalibur said he's in the ropes. He has to break the hold. Jericho proceeds to walk away from the rope. The only thing that could save him at this time, he walks away with Hook on his back. He could have stayed in the rope. Hook would have either got killed or he would have best not passed out. But he just walks with it on his back. And I was just so annoyed by that. It was so annoying.
With your point. Before you carry on with your point, at not one point while this was happening on the top rope, because technically if you start the choke on the top rope, regardless of if Jericho is holding onto the rope, you need to start that 5 count. Yeah. But not once did that 5 counts happen. Not once.
It never started. It's bad when Excalibur's pointing it out, and I'm pointing it out, and Taz, I think, is pointing it out. This should be a break. Referee discretion or something. I don't know. But then they get to the bottom, and Jericho's holding the rope, and I'm like, the count should begin. He should break the hold. Jericho, why would you walk away? Why would you walk away? And I was praying when he was getting choked out, Manny, when he fell down and he was getting close to that rope. I was to the other rope. I wanted him to grab that rope. I wanted it to be that dumb. He walked to the other side of the ring. It just was stupid. It was stupid. Took me right out of it. I just want people to think when they put together their matches. That's all, Manny. That's all. Say, this wasn't the biggest crime of the night in the match. I'll tell you the biggest crime of the match. It's going to be later in the show. It's a crime.
He says Hook is a future world champion and he has his respect. And next week he has a proposition for Hook. I don't care. Adam Cole says he hates the feeling of feeling disappointed.
Give a proposition today.
And Willow.
We're both here.
Huh?
Why can't he just kill the proposition right there? They're both there.
Yeah, exactly.
What's he got to make sure his money's in order or something? What's he got to get together?
It's a Tony Khan school of tweeting. It basically, you say you got big announcement or a proposition next week, and apparently we have to watch it next week.
Yeah, if you got the announcement next week, we're here this week. Everybody's here. What do you want?
Adam Cole says he hates the feeling of disappointment, and Wardlow disappointed him because he failed to beat Samoa Joe. He stumbles when he says, "Right now, you should be world heavyweight champion." Wardlow's new goal is to ensure the Undisputed Kingdom keep their gold, and maybe they will forgive him.
Fuck off, Adam. You're tiny.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care. And it sounds like I'm really negative on this show. I didn't hate this show. I'm gonna be honest. I did not hate Dynamite this week. I just had logic issues and things I didn't like. I'm going to tell you this: I do not care about Adam Cole and his little room.
No, I don't.
Don't care.
I don't. Will Ospreay.
Take him on TV.
Yeah. Will Ospreay says Danielson said on Collision, Will couldn't walk in his shoes, and Will responded, maybe he is right. When he went to Japan, the place Danielson wanted to be a big star, he saw his shoes, and there's no way he could fit in them, Marcus, because they were too small for him, bro.
They are. Brian James says has a history of skinny feet.
Yeah, Brian, what you did in Japan was great. What I did in Japan was elevate professional wrestling. He did it all in Japan. So he challenges Shibata on Dynamite because he's got a point to prove.
Brian Danielson's rebuttal, as we don't talk about anything that's going on at AEW, we talk about side promotions that everybody's had. Good job in Japan, Will. I appreciate it. Nice promo. I don't have any problems with it. But you did talk about your accolades in the career. I mean, it don't get bigger. And I'm just call a spade. Don't get bigger than main event WrestleMania. It don't get bigger than winning the WWE title at WrestleMania. It doesn't. And whatever tag team titles, the Intercontinental titles he have, it don't get bigger than that. I'm just saying. It's hard. It's like saying, I won a G League championship. That's nice. I won the NBA Finals.
Mariah, we get the one women's match of the night.
That's not true.
Of Dynamite. And Mariah May and Toni Storm take on Deonna Purrazzo and La Mera Thunder Rosa.
Okay.
Which Marcus, we need this to happen. La Mera versus La Madrina.
Yes, absolutely. 100%. 100%. I know they're in different worlds now, but I'm sure Elektra Lopez is on the chopping block whenever it comes down anyway. So, when Eric Dahl was disrespectful, he called me about something else. I think it was about jury duty or something. He calls me, and then I go, Thunder Rosa. And I say it like that. And he goes, that was disrespectful. He said, I don't know what she did. And I was like, I know, she's just here. She's just here. That shocked me. I haven't seen Thunder Rosa on Dynamite in a decade. Last time I saw her, she was hiding behind the toilet. So anyway, she wins.
Thunder Rosa pins Toni Storm by countering the pile driver into a pin, which negates the effect of the most devastating hip attack in professional wrestling.
Yes, it was disgusting. I'm shocked. I was genuinely shocked.
Very happy about Thunder Rosa winning.
What is she upset about? We won. How do you want to win? You get the pin?
She wanted to get the pin. To get the pin.
You can't win. You don't know how to win. Sorry. She doesn't know how to win.
Then we get Adam Copeland, formerly Edge, versus Christian Cage. Marcus, as good as this match was, it gets a huge, gigantic strike because that woman, Nick Wayne's mum, Mama Wayne, came out and got involved multiple times. She shouldn't be allowed to get involved if a woman can't come out there and strike her. She can't get involved.
It's also true. Beth Phoenix should have been on standby, Manny.
I've seen a lot of contracts, but she can't come out.
Isn't that the worst?
Yeah.
Someone else is paying me. I would like to say I've seen online that people enjoyed this match. You said you enjoyed the match. I believe Jamal put this in the comment. Also enjoyed this match. I hated this match. I thought it was the worst match of this type of the week. I thought it was stupid. I'm going to tell you the first part I thought was stupid. The jersey thing in the
I knew you would
in the penalty box. So he gets the shirt. Christian puts the shirt on for him. I've seen this done better with the New Day and even Sammy and KO when they're already wearing the shirts. Second stupid thing, the net. He walks to the back and looks for a net to throw Christian in. And I just thought that was stupid. It took him so much time to do it. So much time. Here you go, into the net. I hated the involvement of all the outside interference. I mean, it should have been expected, but I thought it was just way too much. I mean, everybody came out. I mean, Matt Menard comes out in the main event. That's already a strike. And then does commentary on Rampage like he wasn't just at the ring. So that's a strike. What else? I just didn't enjoy it at all. And I was like, I didn't care about the TNT title. And I think a lot of it comes from resentment of this feud in which Christian had so much more momentum before Edge showed up. And now I don't know who the fuck Christian is. But you know what really
killed it? What really killed it was the addition of Nick Wayne and his mum. I just don't feel like it needed it.
Yeah.
I feel like since the addition of that, I feel like the whole patriarchy thing Christian Cage had going for him, it's kind of just fell.
Yeah,
as well as the feud and interest I had for Edge versus him. Yeah, I think it just went downhill the moment you added more people to this feud.
Yeah, Christian was the best heel in wrestling. He was the best heel in wrestling. Now the mantle is held by Drew McIntyre, which, you know.
No, Drew McIntyre is not the best heel in wrestling. He's the best troll in wrestling at the moment.
What, you going to give it to Candace? You going to give it to Candace?
No, but if she gave me some chicken, maybe I can be bribed.
I've seen you be bribed, man. You're at Pro Wrestling Eve. You're bribed. I would hate to see your monthly scores for these matches because you've been bought. You've been compromised.
Marcus, I told you, Marcus, you know me and you are both corrupt.
Yes.
We don't.
Yeah. We both have to talk about Mohawks, man. I understand you first, because I am not comfortable with that. I am not comfortable with that. I will be animal in Assless chaps. Yes.
Last week, the last show we did talking about selling out. I fully broke this man to the point where I was so tired I just exited. We didn't even have an after show discussion.
Yeah, he just left it. Man, he dropped the mic at the end. But yeah, I'm 100% against this feud. Not this match. I thought a better match this week was Nia Jax and Becky, and in what is considered an hour later, maybe a day later for me, the women's tornado death match, street fight, whatever the hell they called it, was better than Edge and Christian.
Yeah, I just didn't think I needed this. Let's just speak on that, because the rest of Rampage was actually trash. They kind of took what was done on Monday Night Raw and then made it more hardcore. Basically, what it was. And they had a lot more time to play around with on Rampage. Statlander taps out. And then Willow was unable to make the save because Willow decided to suplex Sky Blue through a table.
I thought it was Deep Six or whatever the hell Sheamus called it. What's White Noise? Didn't you do White Noise to it?
It looked like a suplex to me.
Maybe a Death Valley Driver? It might be a suplex. I don't know. You might be right. They go crashing through the table. That's all we know.
Yeah. But I like this match. I like this match.
I enjoyed the match. Yes.
I feel like that should have been on Dynamite.
Yeah. It should not have been on Rampage. It was if you started the show with the Mercedes thing and then you wanted to go back-to-back weeks with this being the main event and you end Christian and Edge after a 3-hour Dynamite, because I wouldn't have called it Rampage, it would have probably been a better show. But I enjoyed. There were some spots I've never seen anybody or probably no one else could do. The whole beginning of the match with Julia Hart is just getting fucked up in that chair.
When she's
they lost in the chair. Yeah, they lost in the chair. Willow's running and kneeing her. She's got slammed on it. It was like, what the fuck? Yeah. I've never seen anything like that. It's really cool.
The problem here lies with if you put Dynamite and Rampage back to back. Technically, you would look at it as a 3-hour show, regardless of Dynamite ended and then we're moving over to Rampage. Much like how they do Rampage into not Rampage. When they do Battle of the Belt, they have another show in front of it. and something else. It's normally Rampage or it might be Collision.
Collision
You can't realistically have the same match, like a gimmick match, one after the other, because technically, if you look at it, yes, Adam Copeland and Christian Cage was an I Quit match, but the same shit was happening in that match, like the women's tornado tag death match, whatever it was.
Yeah,
you can't do too many similar. Yeah, they had the better match. If you're being honest, there was no interference, which I thought we would have seen Mercedes Moné come out on Rampage to get Willow again, but obviously they went in a different direction, had Sky Blue and Julia Hart win.
Manny, I think asking someone to appear on Rampage is like telling them you ain't worth shit. I'm going to say that right now. And I know we've had people show up on Rampage, but there was a long time MJF would not appear on Rampage. And that was my standard. If MJF ain't doing it, I believe everybody else saying, no, I'm a star. I'm not doing it. And Mercedes probably went, you want me to come out on Rampage? Y'all can kiss my ass. But that's what I felt about that. And I just thought that was probably the best match of the night for me overall of this whole 3-hour extravaganza. I missed the whole probably 45 minutes of Rampage. I only saw the Edge win the title that fell into Rampage, Jay White's promo, and then I said, you're not getting me to watch this shit. And I turned it off and went to the Clipper game. And then I came in the next day to watch the street fight.
The Acclaim said their shit in rebuttal to that video Jay White did. And then basically the Best Friends took on Kyle Fletcher and Powerhouse Hobbs. The Best Friends win. Shibata destroyed.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Shibata destroyed a guy called Kevin Matthews.
Oh, no.
Destroyed, Marcus.
Mr. Matthews, are you okay? Mr. Matthews.
And then Takeshita defeated Rocky Romero.
Wait, the Best Friends beat Hobbs and Fletcher?
Yeah.
That's disgraceful. That's disgraceful.
Not really?
That's disgraceful.
I wouldn't say so.
Leave the cup. Hobbs, leave. Kyle Fletcher just pushed Will Ospreay, the quote-unquote best wrestler in the world, to the limit a week and a half ago, and now he's losing to Chucky T and Trip Beretta? Fuck that. Fuck that. I'm against that. I'm angry.
So let's move into...
man. I was okay. Now I'm not okay. I'm not talking to my therapist about this.
Your therapist is me, you fool.
I know.
NXT kicked off with Roxanne Perez versus Tatum Paxley. Roxanne, as you mentioned last week, we were both getting annoyed with Roxanne. And you said it started with her music. Her music has slightly changed because of her slightly changed, angry self.
Yeah. I hate her. At least she wasn't talking as much this week.
It wasn't that bad of a match. Paxley has some way to go. But I'm giving her 3 stars this week, Marcus. Do you know why?
What kind of for what? Yeah, go ahead. She got 3 stars.
I have a star chart for the NXT women. I have star charts for NXT women.
I didn't know that. I didn't know. Sorry.
Paxley does a drop kick with 2 legs. Unlike Bianca Belair. Unlike Bianca Belair, who I love, does the 1-legged drop kick, and it really pisses me off.
I'm okay with Bianca's 1-legged and Shinsuke's 1-legged drop kicks. 1-legged drop kicks are okay, Manny. Swerve does a 1-legged drop kick, but it's just, he contorts himself.
So Roxanne wins using a crossface off the Pop Rocks, which I feel is more convincing. I'm glad that she added something like a submission too, because Pop Rocks isn't the move. As a heel, you can't be doing Pop Rocks. It just seems silly.
Sky Blue did Pop Rocks this week on
it's not called table. When you call it Pop Rocks, it sounds dumb.
Yeah, what is it called, Manny? What is it called?
It's red something, isn't it? Red.
It's
something?
cold. It's cold blue.
Cold red.
It's cold blue.
Is it cold blue? Okay.
It's called cold. It's cold red if Amazing Red does it, or anybody else. But because Sky Blue is crippin' hard, it's cold blue.
Roxanne wants Ava to make the decision. However, Valkyria comes out with her arm in a sling, and Perez puts her in a crossface. Lyra in the back tells Ava to make the match at Stand Deliver. and she does because Ava is a pushover.
Yeah, stripper of the title, Ava. Stripper of the title.
And then I
She
just
better
also want to
declare
give.
stripper.
I also want to just say, Roxanne Perez, you want to act bad by putting a blue streak of blue, making parts of your hair blue. That doesn't make you the boss. It doesn't make you the CEO. It makes you Meechin. All right? So get your bad self. Change your bad self.
Yeah, you can't. I thought the blue streak meant you were evil. I've learned that from Sky Blue and Mercedes and Blue Pants. I don't know. A lot of people. A lot of blue hair.
Josh Briggs comes out there. He says Oba destroying his boy Jensen last week with a smile on his face really pissed him off. Demands Oba come out and try and put him through the ring. Oba Femi says he relishes the idea of testing a man's limits and pushing him to the edge. The only thing that matters is results, and his results speak volumes. This is where Josh Briggs lost me, Marcus.
Okay.
He said he's the man of mayhem, and he throws hands in NXT, and he asks for a title match.
Yes.
Oba Femi says, "Don't say I didn't warn you."
Yeah. The man of mayhem. Yeah, the man of mayhem. Yeah, before we get to the man of the moment, who I believe is the man of the moment, and I don't give a fuck where anybody put him. Dijak, my top 5, I must see TV. It goes probably to Rocket and Dijak every single week. No shame in that statement whatsoever. The man of mayhem is not gonna work. I'm just sorry. I don't think that you don't look like the man of mayhem. I'm just saying. I don't know what that looks like, but
he looks like a man of cheeseburgers.
Oba's gonna kill you. Oba kills him. Anyway, Dijak comes to the ring and starts talking real.
He suggests Oba is ducking him. Then it's called a wannabe shaft by Briggs. Dijak goes, "Are you sure? I'm white."
Bruh, I'm white. And you know what? That got a cheer for the crowd. And you know what? That was a good way to celebrate whiteness. I've never seen white people celebrate like that. Like, yeah, he is white. That's our guy. That's our guy.
Oba says when it comes to the title, it's Oba and everyone else. And then a small little brawl happened.
Yeah. When they just like, I'll pull you around. Who you around? Plot twist. This is going to be the meaty man match for the weekend or the morning of Stand and Deliver. These 3 meaty men will probably put on a good match together. But I don't think individually singles matches would have worked. Like Oba and Dijak, I don't think would have worked, or Oba versus the Man of Mayhem would have worked, or
the Oba versus Man of Mayhem is basically just the same match we saw last week of Jensen getting destroyed.
Yeah, who cried or something on his way to the car after the match or something later. I don't remember. He showed up somewhere.
Nathan Frazier and Axiom come out. They take on Charlie Dempsey and Miles Bourne. This was a decent match. Double Habibi kick leading to a Spanish fly into a Phoenix splash for the win.
That wasn't even English, Manny, but yes. You're right.
What wasn't English?
It just comes up. What did just the whole like explain that to a normal human being. Habibi double Habibi kicks the Spanish fly.
Leads into a Spanish fly into a Phoenix splash.
Yes. Tell that to somebody.
If you're watching us, you're not watching. There are no casuals watching us. There are no casuals watching us.
I know no one's watching. I'm just saying the sentence alone sounds ridiculous unless you're a wrestling fan. It's just, you go to somebody, yeah, he just double Habibi kicks into a Spanish fly into a what was it? Phoenix splash. Like, oh, that was the finish. Oh, okay.
I'm sick and tired of Von Wagner and Robert Stone. They need to be fired.
No,
I feel like they should be on the chopping block.
I need the story to play out the way I like it. Want it to play out. I don't want this. I hate Von Wagner. I think he's the worst person in all the wrestling. Absolute worst. I'm speaking of absolutes like I'm Donald Trump or something, but absolutely the worst ever.
Absolute worst.
Yeah, absolutely the worst ever. No one's ever been worse. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. You know, this is nonsense.
It's a disgrace. How do you want this to play out? Because I kind of want Robert Stone's kids taken away by social services. That's how I want it played out.
Well, similar approach. I had a similar approach in which Robert Stone aligns himself with Eric's boy, Lexi King. I don't know if this is his boy this week or not. He wasn't on the show. He aligns himself with him, and he becomes his manager and able to talk for Lexi King. However, to counter this and say, okay, you can join up a hill, Von Wagner says, I'm taking the kids, Robert, because they were mine in the first place. Breaks his heart. Yeah, now we have a blood feud with kids hanging over the ring in a shark cage.
Alpha Academy try and wrangle themselves into the stand and deliver tag match. Braun accepts a match. If they win, they get put in the match. Gigi Dolan, or as Ariana Grace called her, Georgina, is given a sash which reads Miss NXT in training as this makeover begins.
I forgot what Gigi was talking about at the beginning, man. I was like, the DQ. Yeah, he's talking about the DQ, and it made me laugh. I was like, I want to hit her, and nothing she didn't hit me now. It's just stupid. It's just my bad luck. It's just bad luck, which I'm glad she was explaining what happened back there to that. Looking forward to this makeover. Can't wait.
And then Sol Ruka took on Brinley Reese. This was the Spider-Man pointing me.
Well, no, I think Brinley is more of a Thea Hell clone than she is a Sol Ruka clone. I think the Sol Ruka clone is Kiana James. Hopefully I said that right. Or is it Kalani Jordan? Which was the half black one? Damn it! Which was the one with the curls? The younger one.
They both had curls at one point.
Shit. Which was the good guy?
Oh, Kalani Jordan.
Kalani Jordan. I feel like that's Sol Ruka's
Melo's girl.
Yeah, that's Sol Ruka's nigga duck.
How good was it to see the Soul Crusher again?
The Soul Snatcher.
It's such an obvious setup. It's such an obvious setup.
But you know what? It took me by surprise. It took me by surprise. I forgot about it. I'll be honest.
Marcus, it's always the same corner.
Oh man, I never even noticed that. It is probably. But I forgot all about the move until she did it. I went, oh my gosh, it's Soul Snatcher. And I went, oh, I forgot all about it. She can apply for me anywhere.
And then Blair Davenport comes out, takes out Sol Ruka after the match.
Yep.
I need to ask you something. You are my brother.
Yes.
If I ever get taken out by someone wearing flares, like what Blair Davenport was wearing, 1, delete the footage, and 2, ensure I am dead.
Manny, if that ever happens to you, Manny, I'm not gonna have to ensure you're dead. Whether you live or not, you will be dead to me. Just to let you know. You'll be dead to me. I would just walk away and be like, what a shame. What a shame. A crime is occurred. Man has so much potential.
And then what happened next was the D'Angelo family.
Marcus, the real D'Angelo, or the phony D'Angelo family.
Yeah, if they make him NXT champion, I'm going to remind them of this segment because it was terrible. Tony D was talking nonsense. He says he respects Dragunov because his Dragunov's mum from Russia took him all the way to America. No, she didn't. Because he was living in Germany and wrestling in NXT UK, from what I recall. So get your facts right. And then he moved over to NXT to have a better career and keep sending money back home to his family in Germany while he lived in a shoebox.
Yeah. Where he apparently shot 2 minutes of footage to talk about this segment. Live from his shoebox. Like, that's
I don't know what he said. Do you know what he said? I don't know what he said.
He was like, I don't know, I'm in my shoebox and, fine wine and seasons and stuff. I don't know what the fuck he was talking about. And this feud is dead. It's in the ground. There's nothing going on here. I feel nothing. Yeah, there's nothing happening here. It exposes Dragunov as being nothing. It makes Tony D looks like nothing. These two have no chemistry whatsoever. I don't know who I'm supposed to root for. It's just bad. All bad.
Tony D says he has Dragunov has a match with the underboss and questions what state he will be in at Stand and Deliver. He claims one wrong move and he's gonna wish he never mess with Tony D, and Stand and Deliver will be a burial. Ugh.
Yeah, goodbye, Stacks. Stacks is gonna die.
And then we get the rounds match with Riley Osborne versus Drew Gulak. I did not care about this match.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. I did not care. I have nothing. I do not care about the quarters and the catches or Riley Osborne or anything. I didn't care about anything that was happening here. Moving on.
No. I'm tired of Scrappy Doo, Thea Hill. It's just too much. Thea Hill's nonsense cost Riley the match as Jasmine Nix, which I've learned her name this week, helps Gulak get the final fall. We learn next week that Jasmine Nix is going to have her first NXT match against Thea Hill. Gallows and Anderson defeat Hank and Tank. This match went way too long.
I didn't hate it. I'm going to say that right now.
I didn't hate it.
I did not hate it. I didn't hate it.
Like, I look at it and I was like, you could have fit another match on this card because this match went on way too long. It didn't need to go that long.
Yeah, I was okay with it. I'm not going to complain too much about this one.
No, Marcus, you got to believe. They've tried to establish that Gallows and Anderson have went all over the world to win tag team gold. They should not have taken this long to beat these two bums. One was a former security guard, Marcus.
Don't put that man business out there. I kind of want to see the runtime to this match. How long was it? I know, Manny. I know. I kind of want the runtime of this match. I want to say this match was not even 10 minutes. I feel like maybe 5-6 minutes.
Nah, I feel like it was 10 minutes. It went too long.
I feel like it went really fast. As you look up that time, I'm going to go touch on the Thea Hell and the whole thing. They are teasing Toxic Attractions. It's going to be free forward with I forget these people's names. Jasmine Nix, Kiana James, Izzy Dave, and JCJ. All these names rhyme. I didn't realize that at any point whatsoever.
It went 8 minutes.
But
it went 8 minutes.
Yeah, I knew it was under 10. I knew it was under 10, really. You made it seem like they went 15.
Oh, because I felt like the longest 8 minutes of my life.
I think there was a commercial break in the middle of it too. So it was like a 4 minute.
Yeah, exactly. It's not even longer.
It's like 4 minutes of TV.
Hank and Tank are a team that should be losing during commercial breaks.
Damn, losing a commercial break is rough. Moving on. Where is
Trick Williams defeated Noam Dar despite multiple interferences and an attempted slap from Lash Legend. Then, like a fool, he calls out Melo and it fell for the ruse as the tiny little security guard came and attacked him because it was Melo.
This is the dumbest thing. So, as much as I jumped onto the logic of AEW, the logic right here was, are we sure that's not Melo? Come on, guys. He's the smallest security guard in the world.
Was that in the hood? I was like, what black guy on the roster in the hood was that? Is it over?
No, they have a plethora of black guys in the back, Manny. But I'm just saying, when he came out, I was like, that's really not him. He came out like he was AJ Styles.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was like, Melo has never walked out like that.
Rumble? Yeah, AJ Styles made his debut like that in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, like this dude thought he was so big. Like, I don't know who that was, but he did the full AJ Styles intro. I was like, Melo's never come out like that. And I already saw the security guards come out. Melo's the little one right there. He's right there. I'm just following him on the thing. And can I say something, Manny? This plan made no sense. It would have worked no matter what. It could have been me under that hood. It would have worked. Because Trick was not looking at the security guards anymore. He was so looking at fake Melo, or as I like to call him, the phenomenal Melo Styles, around, that he didn't know anybody could have hit him in the back right there. It didn't matter. Melo didn't even have to show up for this attack to do what? What hit? That's all he did, right? He just hit him and like, hey, gotcha.
And he was down.
Yeah, it could have been anybody. Benny, you could have took him out. Aaron could have took him out. Jamal, anybody. It didn't matter. That's how the show ended.
Oh, and then there was something that happened on Booker T's podcast earlier last week where he decided to say there was an altercation between him and CM Punk last week. This week he's come out with a statement to say that was completely fabricated and him and CM Punk are friends. Booker T did clickbait last week and got found out.
Yeah. That was the point. And I would like to applaud his podcasting efforts. That was evil, but it was brilliant at the same time. Because everybody was like, oh, I got to into the Booker T podcast. See what altercations did he have with CM Punk? And the altercation was that, you know what? We're good friends. He's, we talked, we chopped it up a bit. For all you know, Vic, we were fighting over a donut.
Which is true.
Shout out to Booker T for doing his IWGP research. We looking at he and Vic called him was like, so you ain't well the internet book? That was funny.
That's outside of Michael Cole and Pat McAfee, I feel like that is the funnier one partnership because Booker T is like a drunk uncle out there. Yeah, like not making any sense whatsoever. It's like having Wes on the show.
Well, Wes is coherent when he shows up. He just doesn't leave. Booker ain't left yet. Never came back.
But yeah, I enjoyed this episode of NXT, even though it had its shortcomings of the D'Angelo family, which really like messed with me.
Yeah, I don't even know how I feel about it. I think there was too many negatives in the show. I think Von Wagner, I'm done with. Thea Hell, I'm done with all that. Whatever's going on with that. The Heritage match, pass. Maybe I'm just in a bad mood, but
it needs to.
I didn't need it.
Stop. That match doesn't work.
No one cares.
And actually, the new catch rule is stupid. By the way,
yeah, it's stupid.
The way that it's like, ooh, which one is it going to be? No one cares.
Yeah, no one cares about any of you guys. I don't care about Gulak, Dempsey, the other guy, and Boo Boo the Fool. Boo Boo the Fool is clearly David Gibb. I don't even know the other guy's name. That's why. Maybe I should have called the other guy Boo Boo the Fool, and David Kipp could be David Kipp because I know David Kipp's name. But whatever.
No, I would forget.
No one
what
cares
David
about
Kipp's
that.
name is occasionally.
I always want to call him Sean Kim. That's something I always try to do.
No, I never even get. I don't even get past the. I remember Kemp. I just forget Damon.
Oh. You're just thinking, you're already thinking about his brother that didn't make it in. Maybe it's sexually assaulted somebody.
So yeah, that is this week's Red. I thought we'd go longer.
I thought we went long. I thought we said a lot. Dynamite wins over NXT this week. Raw's the front runner.
Well, Marcus, that's if you don't include Rampage, which I feel like you need to include Rampage.
I include Rampage, and Dynamite still's the winner. It's still the winner. I think it had more going on for it, even though I didn't like a lot of it. Had more going on for it in NXT this week. There's a lot of stuff in NXT I didn't care about this week. But Raw's number one. Raw reigns supreme, and it's going to continue to reign supreme unless 10 minutes of Roman and Cody takes the show.
That's going 20 minutes, and you know it. 10 minutes alone for entrances.
Yeah. The entrance alone. They got 30 minutes at the end of SmackDown. Everybody's going to be on the edge of their seat to watch them stare each other face to face. I don't know how. I'm just rooting for Roman to bounce back and become relevant again.
Well, he got called a side chick. He got accused of having The Rock as a side chick. All this nonsense. So
yeah, let's see him bounce back. Let's see him back. He's seen if we were going to the judges right now in this feud, Cody is winning by a landslide, followed by The Rock, who's coming in at second.
So yeah, that is today's show. If you haven't, go check out ETE last week because no one ETE's episode yesterday because nobody watched it apparently.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? For the 20 people that did watch it, y'all the real ones, or click the link by accident or whatever happened.
For the 500 people that watched Tuesday's show, I thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna word this differently. For the millions and millions who ignored it, thank you.
Talking about percentages, I believe 200% people watched our Tuesday's show over ETE.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. But I mean, when we are in the rampage of the shadow, we know what we're bringing. Okay, next week we're gonna bring out Legends Night one more time and do a live show. No, I don't know. It might be a live show next week. I don't know what it's gonna be, but
I know what you should do next week.
Ooh,
I know what you should do. Your last live, not last week's one, the one where you both booked WrestleMania. I feel like you should review where you're at.
Well, that wasn't the last live.
How right you were. Huh?
That wasn't the last live. The last live was
no, that was the second before.
Yeah, the Sasha Banks one was live. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
that one did well.
Sasha Banks one.
Thanks, Manny, for the support.
I don't like Sasha Banks.
But Bailey was involved.
Yeah, you can't draw me in with Bailey. I know there's a snake.
Izzy and like NXT.
There's a snake present, Marcus. I know. You can hide it, but I know it's there. Like how I knew it was at AEW All In. I saw it.
We're not playing Find the Trouser Snake, Manny, okay? We're not playing Find the Trouser Snake on the show. All right?
I played that game every day.
There you are! Oh! There you go. You get me every time. Jeez.
And on that note, I've been Lord Manny Hayes. He's been
Marcus the grand finale. Watch this.
And you've been watching the Untitled Manny and Marcus show, or if you've been living once again under that little rock, the Kings of the Rope.
Very, very little rock. Penis show. Yeah, Kings of the Ropes.
Peace out. That's me and Marcus floating into the afterworld.
Only to be like, just the pointing down. They're just pointing down at us. Excuse me, you know where you're going. Y'all some suckers anyway.